What's up YouTube, Saf here on Super Saf TV, and in this video I'm going to be doing a camera comparison of the iPhone 6 to the iPhone 6 Plus. Now we'll mainly be looking at the rear-facing camera because the front-facing camera is practically the same, and the main difference in terms of the rear-facing camera is that the iPhone 6 Plus has optical image stabilization, whereas the iPhone 6 does not have optical image stabilization. So how much of a difference does that really make? A lot of you have been asking about this, so do hit that thumbs up button. Let's do a side-by-side camera comparison in Super Saf TV style. So we're now outdoors and we're testing the rear-facing cameras on both devices, and this is the sort of quality that you can expect. The autofocus seems to be working pretty well on both when we move from far focus to near focus, and I'm not touching the screen right now, it is completely auto. Got plenty of light, but it's a pretty dull day here. This is the sort of quality difference that you can expect. Now, just to test out the optical image stabilization, I'm going to walk around a little bit with both handheld, and we're just going to see. Let me know if you can notice any difference in terms of the optical image stabilization. Just going to walk around a little bit more and see if the iPhone 6 does handle that a little bit better. On screen it is looking like it's handling it a little bit better. So now we're indoors with the iPhone 6 and we've got relatively low light. Just want to see the autofocus. So if we move from one place to another, I am not touching the screen right now. I'm just leaving it completely to the autofocus of the camera. And this is what the speed is like. It's struggling a little bit here, but it seems to be doing a good job overall. Now we are on the iPhone 6 Plus. And once again testing out the autofocus and also the low light. Exactly the same lighting. The autofocus once again seems to be pretty good. It does sometimes struggle to get the near focus. There you go, yeah, but it does seem to be doing a good job overall. Now just to see if the lighting when we're doing video is any better on the 6 Plus compared to the 6. And this is just side by side so we can definitely see if there's any sort of difference. Can you see a difference? Let me know in the comments below. So that was the video. Now let's have a look at some images. So starting off with the front-facing camera. Now, as I did say, these are practically the same, and as you can see from these selfies here, they are practically the same. There's no difference whatsoever I can see between these two. For your front-facing camera, they are exactly the same. Now moving on to the rear-facing camera, so an outdoor shot in decent light. Here are some flowers, and once again, practically the same. There's no difference between these two whatsoever that I can see. And also looking at another wide shot, once again very similar. There's no differences here that are obvious. So let's stop wasting any time looking at these outdoor shots which look exactly the same, and let's look at some low light shots and see if the optical image stabilization helps at all. So here is an image in relatively low light. Once again, exactly the same. I don't really notice much of a difference whatsoever between these two. So what I did then is I switched off all the lights and I also closed the curtains just to see if there's any difference that the optical image stabilization brings. And nothing really. I mean, there is a little bit of light creeping through the curtains, but this is very low light. And I don't really see much of a difference between these two. The optical image stabilization I thought would help in low light. It's going to let you use a slower shutter speed because you've got that stabilization there. But the iPhone 6 does have stabilization, digital stabilization, and it still seems to be doing a pretty good job. So there we have it, the iPhone 6 versus the iPhone 6 Plus camera comparison. Now in conclusion, I think these are practically the same. There's not a huge deal of difference between these two. Yes, the optical image stabilization did seem to help when I was walking around outdoors while doing the video. On the iPhone 6 Plus it was a little bit more stable, but generally speaking in terms of the image quality and video and also low light images, it's practically the same. So if you are thinking of getting the iPhone 6 Plus just for the camera, then I don't think it's a good idea. I think the iPhone 6 camera is just as good and it shouldn't be a problem whatsoever. That's what I think anyway. What do you think? Do you think the iPhone 6 Plus has a slight edge or not? Do drop me a comment below and let me know your thoughts. Now, if you do want to see more images from both devices, then do go ahead and give me a follow on Instagram. I am at SuperSafTV and I post lots of images from lots of different devices there. So definitely do go ahead and give me a follow on there. I hope you enjoyed this video and found it useful, even if it was just to see that there's not much difference between these two devices. But hopefully you did find it useful. If you did, then please do hit that thumbs up button. It really does help me out. And why not subscribe to the channel? I've got plenty more videos coming up on here. And I'm also going to be doing a camera comparison between the iPhone 6, the 6 Plus versus the Samsung Galaxy S5. So if you do want to see that first, then make sure you have subscribed. Thanks for watching. This is Saf on Super Saf TV. And I'll see you next time. If you want to see more regular videos like this one, then be sure to hit the subscribe button, which will be below. If you're on a mobile device, it may be somewhere else. If you want to see my previous related video, then hit the link right here. If you want to stay in touch over Facebook, Twitter, and Google+, then all of the addresses will be there somewhere, as well as direct links in the description below. Okay, if you're still watching, then that means you've not done one of those things, so, you know. Yeah. Anyway, I'm just gonna go downstairs. See. Okay. There isn't really a downstairs. Anyway, so yeah.